Good to have you on the show. Sports update on Trust TV. Adeni Ajishafe. Well, it's time to take you around the world of sports to give you updates. What's happening? Team Nigeria really fighting here to see how they can upset Egypt, although Egyptians are not giving up. But right now, let's talk about athletics. We have athletics to talk about. Right now, we look at that particular story. AFN unveils Team Nigeria there. Amusan Brume considered 47 others that will be competing for Nigeria. Finally, they have to release this particular list, and we look at it in different category of event that they'll be competing. For women, 200 meters, 4x100 meters, Olagide Olayinka, Blessing Ogudiran, Justina Tayana, Yakobeya Moferehan, Onyebuchi Chizom and Tobiloba Amushan will be running for Nigeria there in 200 meter and 4x100 meter relays. 4x400 meters and 4x400 meter relays for women. Patience Okon George, Esther Elo Joseph, Brittany Ogumokun, Okon Esther Saibu Yetunde Omolara Ogumakiju will be competing for Nigeria there. In 800 meters, Comfort Aniete, she's there to compete for Nigeria. 100 meter hurdles, Tobiloba Amushan is there. You have Faith Osamui and Stella Ayonleke. 1,500 meters, Ronke Akombi is there. 3,000 meters steeplechase, Ronke Akombi will also take it. And you have high jump, Ewa Peace for high jump. Long jump, Ese Brume, Ruth Usoro, Pristine Ochonogo will be competing for Nigeria in long jump. In triple jump, you have Ruth Usoro. Shot put, Shadio Latoye. Hammer, Shadio Latoye. In discus, you have Chioma Onyekwere, Ashley Anumba, Obiageri Pamela. In javelin, Victoria Parika, and you have heptathlon, where we have Kemi Peterson competing there for Nigeria. Those are the events where Nigeria will be competing for women in athletics, and we know that this particular sport, we have a lot of strength in this. Join us to talk sport this hour is Lawale Peters. Good to have you.
Good evening, Adeni, and it's my pleasure being back to the studio. So this is where we are waiting to scoop in a lot of medals, because this is one of our
strength
area of strength also, and we've seen the names there. They are all known, and they are both. Most of them are defending champions. They've won it before. They want to win it again. Some of them will be their last competition, so they want to leave the stage winning something for their country. So I'm sure by the time we have this event, our current gold medal standing at 16 will increase to about 20 to 25, because I'm very sure we're going to add to our medals with this. We've known for this when it's come to 200 meters, by 400 meters, 100 meters. We're known for 400 meters relay. That's one of our own area and area of strength also. 100 meters Odu. I think nobody should even try to compete with Tobi Lola.
I'm so there, right?
What should be aiming for now is to beat our world and best record. But for them to compete with, for anybody to compete with her, it's going to be a very difficult task. However, she shouldn't just take it.
She's not be complacent
with it, because anybody defeating or beating her to that gold medal will make
automatically turn to a star.
Will make a name for herself, and everybody will like, oh, how does that happen? And you know how it is now. It's much easier for you to get to there, but living there, it's something that's very difficult, because you are the person or you are the thing that everybody wants to beat. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm confident, and they know what is at stake. They're going to give us the medal. And Tobi Lola Amushan, we are rooting for her not to break a record, but to break the world record again.
Well, a good one there. Looking at Team Nigeria athletics for women competing over there in Ghana. Let's look at the men. Also, they released the list of men there for 100 meters, 200 meters, 4x100 meters. We have this set of men that will be running for Nigeria. Consider Ikanem, Ishekiri Usheorishe, Okon Israel, Sheye Ogulewe, Alaba Akintola, Adegoke Enoch, Adekalu Fakurede. Those are the men that will be running in 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 meter relay race. 400 meters, the one they call quarter mile. We have for 4x400 meters, Dubem Uwachuku, Nathaniel Ezekiel, Chidi Okeze, Sikiru Adeyemi, Nathaniel Samson, Ojeli Ifeanyi, Daniel Atinaya. Well, for 800 meters, we have Ibadie Dose there. 1,500 meters, Amid Sambo is ready to run for Nigeria. 110 meter hurdles, Musa Great Wisdom. 400 meter hurdles, Nathaniel Ezekiel, Nathaniel Samson. For half marathon, Adams Shehu Muazu. High jump, Fiaku Goodluck. Long jump, Njoku Emmanuel. Shot put, Chukwebuka Connell. And you have Emeka Ogu. Javelin, Samuel Kure, and you have Nnadi Chinemerem also battle ready to do all this for Nigeria. Hopefully, our men and women in athletics will do us proud in all these sporting moments of athletics. They are track and field, as we believe that this is one of our strength sport, and hopefully, we get it done.
Hopefully we're going to get it done. It's a sport of strength, like you rightly said. However, we have the boys that can do it. So definitely they have to compete, not even with the counterparts in Africa. They have to compete with the women, because what the women are doing, it's more phenomenal this time.
Seriously, look at our wrestlers. 6 of them won gold medals. Yesterday, weightlifters, 2 won 6 gold medals. It's like, see, if you check Nigerian sport, really, women have given us much more medals
than the men. So that's why I said that they will even be competing with their female counterpart this time around. That, okay, we both came to this competition to represent our country, but they are doing far better than us. Whereas they are getting more attention than the female. So I think they know what is at stake, and at the end of this competition also, we'll see what they have to show for it. We don't want what happened the last competition that happened again, that from the medal that we won, we have the female contributing almost 71% of the gold medal won. We don't want that this time around. If the female are contributing 70%, they too, they should contribute about 70%. I think we said what a man can do, what a woman cannot do, a man can do it better. But this time around, it's like the other way.
Is the case.
The other way around. So I think they should go all out there and make us proud. We trust them and we believe in them.
Well, talking about our team there, Team Nigeria at the African Games 13th edition taking place in Ghana, Kumasi, Accra, Cape Coast, where they all competing in honors rather. It represents Nigeria in different sports, javelin, discus, not forget the 100 meter, 400, 200, and also relay races. We wish them the best, and hopefully they scoop those goals that we hope for and make us to top that particular table. Now, we move away from African Games. Let's quickly talk about Nigerian team. That is the Super Eagles. Well, recently, NFF declared open that particular position. That's the Super Eagles coach. And right now, according to Senator Shehu Sani, says we need to appoint indigenous coach for Super Eagles, citing the case of Stephen Keshi, who won it in 2013 as an indigenous coach. And it's high time we actually get them to be the Department of Affairs concerning this, because if we look at it, well, it seems a lot of people are saying maybe you get a foreigner again to get to be the coach of Eagles. But I actually learned that the likes of Amunike, others have actually applied for the position. It's been declared open, so everyone is submitting their CV and all that.
Okay, a good one that they declare it open, unlike what we used to have in the past. However, the process also
should be open.
The process should be open in the sense that after they close the submission of the CV, they should let us know these are the people that have applied. Okay. These are the criteria. No, the criteria
we are using.
We are looking out for, and based on that criteria, these are the coaches that we've shortlisted. If possible, during the screening, they should invite the press, the media. We should go all out there. We should ask the candidates what is their feelings. How did they see the process? You know, there's one thing about having an open process. Even if you are not shortlisted, if you are not given the job at the end of the day, the fact that the process is open, you'll be fulfilled and come out and say, wow, I went through an open process, but truly I didn't deserve to be there. That is what I think the sport minister, they have to make sure that the NFF this time around, they adhere to strictly. The process has to be open. In fact, it must be open. That's number one. Then number two, talking about the indigenous coach or the foreign coach. If you have a foreign coach that is better based on track record, performance, understanding the African football, I don't have an issue with it. But if you don't, you should not go to one developed country and bring a secondary school coach to come and be
just because he's white.
Because it's white. We don't want that. What we want is we want the best for our Super Eagles. If you are giving us indigenous coach, you shouldn't give us an indigenous coach that you appoint in, we're in March now, right? You appoint in June, and you'll be giving the coach a target that the next AFCON
must win it.
You must win it. No, there should be a process that first Let's build a team. Let's have a style of play. Then from there, other things can come in. Then to win Nigerians also, we should try as much as possible to be patient with the coach that we're going to have. If it is indigenous coach, we should give him like 3 years. We need to have that patience. It's not that we want to have a coach today and the next thing is we're expecting the trophy to come in. No. We have to be patient. We have to trust the process. They have to make the process open. They have to keep communicating to us to let us know what is going on. That is what the likes of the Senegal, that is what they are doing. We saw what happened with the Ivory Coast also. That is what we want. Statistic analysis have shown that indigenous coaches in Africa are doing far better than the so-called foreign coaches. The foreign coaches that will do better in Africa must be someone that have been. We're talking about what we've achieved in this country between 1989 to 1994 because of Western Off. Western Off is more like a Nigerian breed.
Of course.
Bonfrey Joe is more like a Nigerian breed. They understand the game, they understand the country, they understand the culture, they understand our food, they understand our people. So that is what we are talking about. If you want to get a foreign coach, let it be someone that is far better than what we have. And believe me, with what we have in this country, I don't think we have any foreign coach that can do it better than our own indigenous coach. We should give them the opportunity, we should be patient with them, and we should let the process be open and walk through the process. So, Shehu Sani, I totally support him by saying we should give the indigenous coaches the opportunity this time around. And I hope those that matter most, they are listening and they will adhere to it.
Now, cutting into what you mentioned earlier concerning Bonfrey Joe, just yesterday or thereabout, he actually mentioned that Emmanuel Amunike should be given that particular opportunity to at least tinker the tank of Super Eagles right now. A lot of people are like, why must he? But really, he actually mentioned some reasons why he feels that Amunike should be the next coach of Eagles. But the fact that it has been declared open, a lot of coaches are already applying. Different coaches, even the Nigerians abroad. I actually have a coach, the name Coach Malomo thereabout. He has also applied. Amunike, all of them are applying. Let's see, because 2 positions were actually declared open on that 17 coach and also Super Eagles coach. And hopefully we get it right by appointing the right person to man our Super Eagles job there for us to do well. 2025 AFCON is coming, and also 2026 World Cup coming up in USA, Mexico, Canada is also coming, and we want to get there, not to be dislodged by the time we play the qualifier. And also the 2025 AFCON, who says we cannot win it? We can. No one saw that coming, that we get to the final of this edition that ended in Cote d'Ivoire. So we can. And we just have to believe in ourselves. Our own people can do this job. Hopefully, federal government, NFF, everyone, all must be on deck concerning the appointment of our coach there for Super Eagles. Away from there, let's talk about West Africa now. But this time around, if you look at West Africa compared with North Africa or Southern Africa, it seems they are dominating sport. That's why West Africa needs to increase investment in sport. According to Ghana's Minister for Youth and Sport Development, if you compare the way North Africa, Egypt, Algeria, Tunisia of this world, South Africa, the way they are spending money concerning sport, they've seen that really sport is business and they are not taking it for a ride. They're spending money on it, and that's what the Minister of Sport is calling for right now concerning West African nations. When it comes to sport, they seem to actually take it with levity.
Okay, I think the Ghanaian Sport Minister is speaking our mind. Times without number, in the studio here, we've conversed for the reason for us to really see sport as business, because that is what it is. It is business, but we're not seeing it like that. Most of the countries in West Africa, they see the sport as a means to
exercise.
To what?
To just do exercise.
No, not only to do exercise, but to enrich themselves. That's the truth. It's one of the avenues they use to embezzle money. That's the truth. But if they take it away from them, it will be like the money that they are selling is not really coming for them again. What they need to do is to, make sure that they allow private investors to come in. We've been saying this time to that number. Look at the North Africa, look at the Morocco, look at Egypt, look at Algeria. If you go to their stadium, they have the best. It's not controlled by the government 100%. Now, we made mention of Malum Fashi FC in the morning, that they couldn't go and play 3 matches and they were expelled. If you find out, part of the problem they're having is financial issue. Probably they don't have enough money to do
To
that.
run those games.
To run the games. But we have a lot of people from Katsina State that if you give them the opportunity, they can take over the Malumfashi FC and they can run it successfully like a club. That is what we need in West Africa also. The government should reduce their shares they have in all these state clubs, local government clubs. No, to barest maybe 10 or 15%. I recall then in the year 2000, when we are having similar issue that we are having in the sport sector, in the financial sector also. And the CBN came and said, no, the state governments have to reduce their shares that they have on the bank to a certain percent to allow private investors to come in and invest in the institution. And we can see how strong the banking sector they have currently right now. We need that also to come into the sports arena. We need them to just release it, 10 or 15%. Someone like me and you, we can look at, okay, Manufashi FC, how much does it take? How much is that player? How much is that sign on fee? So we can start generating revenue. And what the government will be looking at for is the tax that will be coming to them. We provide employment by taking people away from the streets. We pay the tax as and when due to the government. We provide social corporate responsibility to the community, which the clubs are located. So that's what we need to imbibe in West Africa. If possible, all the sports ministers in West Africa, they should go to the North Africa.
And take a clue from them.
To go and take a clue from them and understudy them to see how they are running their football league, to see how they are running their sport entirely, not only the football. Those days we used to have a lot of academies. Those days we used to have a lot of companies, organizations that sponsored a lot of sport activities, basketball, volleyball, and football. We have them. But what happens now? They are not doing it again. These are the things that the government needs to seriously look into in Nigeria and in West Africa in general. So totally I agree with him. It is high time that you have to look at sport as business, and the government, they have more than enough to do for the welfare of the people, and just leave this to people that knows how to translate the sports business into real business.
Well, talking about West Africa there, we'll hope that sport will actually be seen as business across the West Africa. A big one there coming from Minister of Sport from Ghana, advocating for more funds to be injected to their sports sector. Good one there. Hopefully the government from West Africa will actually see that apart from making it as a business, it can also reduce crime. A lot of people will go into sport. That will take them to be able to be busy. They'll be busy enough and they won't have time to go into different social vices that they are in right now. Away from there, let's go across to Europe as we look at UEFA Champions League coming up tonight. Let's look at those fixtures quickly, where Arsenal take on FC Porto. Aggregate-wise, it's FC Porto leading by 1-0, and the second leg is coming up over there in London. Barcelona, Napoli, 1-1, first leg, and this second leg, big one, quickly.
Arsenal Porto. It's going to be an impossible task for Porto to upstage Arsenal. That's the truth. And if you look at the Arsenal team we have currently now, we are talking about a team that from their last 7 matches, they've scored 33 goals. And they've conceded only 4 goals. So that shows that they are really in for it this time around. And if you look at their record in Champions League also, the last time Arsenal made it out of round of 16 was in 2009-2010 season. So it's been a very long time that they made it to the quarterfinal. So they're hungry to get it and to get to that quarterfinal and beyond the quarterfinal. Porto on their own hand also, they've not been very lucky when they play with an English side. They've played with an English side on 23 occasions. They've won only once. They drew 3 times and they lost 19 times. In fact, there are 5 away matches against Arsenal. They've never won a match against Arsenal. Not that they've never won against Arsenal at Arsenal Arena. Also, they are yet to even score a goal against Arsenal when they are playing Arsenal away from home. From the 5 meetings between Arsenal and Porto away from home, that's both at Emirates and Old Trafford, as you used to call them, They are yet to register a goal, and Arsenal have won 5 good times. So the record is favoring Arsenal to win tonight. So I don't think there's any problem for Arsenal. We are talking about a team that currently, right now, they are likely to be the Premier League champion if they continue with the pace they are right now. We are talking about a team that they are transiting the same way we had the Man City of 2 years ago, that anybody from the team can score. If Saka did not score, Kai Havertz will score. Declan Rice will score. Martinelli will score. Ben White will score. Gabriel will come from behind and score also. The captain also, Odegaard, can score. So they're not looking at a particular player that it is you that must score for. The goal can come from anywhere because of the style of play that Arteta has introduced right now. So that will be very difficult for Porto to contain tonight. And with their performance, scoring 33 goals in 7 matches and conceding only 4 goals, that shows that they were really in business. So I give it to Arsenal 4-0 against Porto tonight.
If you have to predict Barcelona-Napoli for our time.
Okay, Barcelona would have beat Napoli because it's going to be a difficult task for Napoli to upstage Barcelona at Nou Camp, looking currently at what is going on in Napoli. That's the truth. They're having their own off-the-pitch issue. So I give it to Barcelona 3-1.
3-1 Barcelona. For Arsenal, Porto?
4-0.
Seriously?
Seriously.
I just hope that Porto will not be the one to have. Anyway, that's football. Anything can happen. Unpredictable. Before we go, let's just quickly run through transfer story for you. Tottenham Hotspur right now, Manchester City. They've all been trying to see a player called Pedro Neto. Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal in the race for Wolves winger Pedro Neto. A big one there. Another one says Jadon Sancho. He doesn't want to go back to Manchester United. He has no desire to return to Manchester United after his loan spell. He wants to stay with the Borussia Dortmund. And the last one, still Chelsea are monitoring. They are really trying to monitor a player from Ivorian player called Mario Dorgeles, who plays for Nordsjælland of Denmark. They are a big one. Chelsea are really trying to eye this 19-year-old player. At least that should be the last one on the straw. Chelsea are looking at this young man, 19-year-old Mario.
I think they have more than enough problem in their team that for them to be looking for another player that they can kill his career.
This one come and play Mario for them.
No, they don't need Mario this time around. I think they have about 33 players in their squad, which I think is even giving the coach headache on who to choose and how to really play them. This is not the time for Chelsea to be looking at. They have more than enough players. It's how to use them that really matters. Now, who ever believe that the Kai Havertz that we are talking about that it's useless in Chelsea? Look at what he's doing in Arsenal now. Like in 6 matches, 4 goals and 2 assists.
And we were like, what's happening? The same Kai Havertz?
It is all about the coach. It's all about your team. It's all about your style of play. So I think if this guy likes, if he wants a future and a career for himself, he should come to Chelsea. He should stay where he is or look for other team where he can. Do you know how many players that Chelsea has currently in the midfield, in the attack? So their only problem right now is to get a striker. Apart from a striker, I don't think they need anybody. In fact, they even need to offload most of their players to be able to have a first 11. Right now, you are talking about a team that doesn't have a first 11. Today, the first 11 you use will be different from the second 11 you use the other time. So I think the young lad should just stay away from Chelsea for now.
Talking about Chelsea, they are going for that particular player. Well, we just have to wrap it up now on the show. Sports updates on Trust TV. I appreciate seeing Olade Peters there.
Thank you, Adeniyi, for having me, and I wish you the best of luck tonight. The last time you played in the quarterfinal was in 2010. This is 2024. That's a long time.
And something good can happen in 2024.
All the best.
I'm Adeniyi Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.